Just in, Leonor Mania, Princess Leonor and Prince Harry shock Europe as Spain erupts. The world expected calm. The world expected tradition. The world expected routine. But today, Spain is on its feet. Europe is talking. Princess Leonor and Prince Harry. They've done the unexpected. And it's sending shockwaves no one saw coming. It started as a whisper. A rumor carried through palace corridors and media channels alike. Spain's future queen and the Duke of Sussex, together. In public. In a way that defied centuries of royal expectations. Hearts raced. Conversations paused. And one question hung in the air: why now? For decades, Princess Leonor has been the symbol of Spain's future. Raised with grace, duty, and precision, every public appearance a lesson in composure. Every word carefully measured. She was a figure both adored and scrutinized, every gesture dissected by monarchists, media, and fans across the globe. Prince Harry, by contrast, has always walked his own path. A prince shaped by tragedy, rebellion, and media storms. He challenged the monarchy, broke tradition, and forged a life that straddles two worlds, the crown he was born into, and the life he chose outside it. And now, the worlds of Leonor and Harry have collided, unexpectedly, dramatically, and publicly. Spain erupted when photos surfaced of them together at a high-profile event. Smiles, shared laughter, a quiet intimacy that spoke volumes. Social media exploded. Headlines screamed. European courts buzzed with speculation. The palace, always a fortress of control and precision, was suddenly facing a tidal wave of curiosity it could not contain. But to understand the depth of this moment, we need to step back. To see the layers beneath the public spectacle. Leonor's life has been one of preparation. Every step, every ceremony, every speech was training for a future she has carried on her shoulders since childhood. She has mastered the balance between personal desires and royal obligations. Yet, her encounter with Harry revealed a side rarely seen by the public, a side of spontaneity, warmth, and emotional depth that shook the carefully curated narrative of duty. Harry, for his part, brought unpredictability. Known for candidness and vulnerability, he has always operated outside the royal mold. His presence beside Leonor was more than symbolic. It was catalytic. A meeting of minds and hearts that challenged the old ways and reignited conversations about monarchy, love, and independence. The tension in the palace was immediate. Advisors whispered. Security tightened. Queen Letizia and King Felipe found themselves navigating unprecedented reactions. Felipe, ever composed, watched as a dynamic unfolded that threatened to overshadow decades of careful planning. Letizia, protective yet composed, understood that history was in motion, one that could redefine Spain's monarchy in subtle but irreversible ways. Why was Europe so shocked? The answer lies in perception. Royals are expected to move in predictable patterns. Marriages, alliances, and appearances follow centuries-old protocols. When a future queen engages with someone like Harry, charismatic, controversial, global, the script is broken. And that break exposes human emotion in a way that makes the world lean in, listen, and react. But there was more than spectacle. There were moments of genuine connection that people could feel even through photos. Shared glances, subtle gestures, the kind that speak louder than words. It became clear to observers that Leonor was not just performing for cameras, she was experiencing something rare, something alive, and it radiated in ways that tradition could not contain. In the days following, speculation grew. What does this mean for Leonor's future? Is this a casual friendship, a political statement, or something more? Spanish media debated endlessly. European commentators weighed in. Meanwhile, the palace remained silent, letting the story unfold while internally navigating both excitement and caution. Historically, royal interactions have often set the tone for political and public perception. A single encounter can shift narratives, influence alliances, and even redefine the public's connection with the crown. Leonor and Harry's meeting, then, was more than a personal interaction. It was a moment charged with cultural, emotional, and historical significance. Inside Spain, reactions were polarized. Younger generations celebrated the energy, the modernity, the daring. Older generations scrutinized protocol, tradition, and propriety. Across social media, debates raged, blending admiration, skepticism, and pure fascination. And yet, despite the intensity, one constant remained: Leonor's poise. Her ability to navigate a storm of unprecedented attention with dignity and authenticity revealed a strength beyond her years. For Harry, the encounter was a reminder of the human side of royalty, the pressures, the scrutiny, and the rare moments of genuine connection that exist behind palace walls. Over time, the story deepened. Analysts began connecting the dots: charitable endeavors, shared causes, overlapping public appearances, and the narrative grew. This was not a fleeting moment. Something had shifted. Something had changed in the way Spain and Europe would see Princess Leonor in her role on the world stage. By the end of this story, one truth is undeniable: this is more than media frenzy. It is a defining chapter in modern European royalty. A chapter that blends love, strategy, tradition, and courage. Leonor and Harry's meeting may have shocked Europe, but it also reminded the world of the humanity behind the crowns, the hearts that beat, the choices that matter, and the power of connection across borders, titles, and history. Spain continues to watch, Europe continues to whisper, and the palace quietly adjusts to a new reality. The mania is real, the impact is lasting, and the legacy of this moment. It will ripple across history, shaping both the life of a future queen and the narrative of a monarchy learning to embrace both tradition and change. Because in the end, royalty is not just about crowns and ceremonies. It is about people, passion, and moments that redefine everything we think we know. And today, Princess Leonor and Prince Harry have created one of those moments. The world expected calm. The world expected tradition. But Spain got a shock. And that shock, it's just the beginning.